So an absolute bombshell is dropped, proving once and for all that certain Aquaman starlet never intended to allow JD to look at her evidence and examine it with experts. Nope, they just planned on hiring people that would delay. Now, added to that is undeniable proof that certain Aquaman starlet wanted to remove evidence. I mean, you can see posts about that here just 2 days after a judge's ruling. Yeah, you and I, we're going to talk about all of this today. Fun times, huh? Fun times indeed. So, hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. And before we get started, very briefly, back our project. It is live and crowdfunding on Indiegogo right now. Link is in the description. This is how we maintain sponsor-free living. We're beholden to no one. We provide alternatives to companies that don't like you, and we put out a good product. Check that out. Thank you. So if you haven't heard about the absolute insanity leading to this bombshell revelation, on November the 8th, 2021, you had a judge order that certain Aquaman starlet to turn over any quote-unquote proof to an expert. That means any photographs, any devices they were taken on, anything they were stored on, all of that, it needed to be examined. This was supposed to be done by November the 30th, 2021, and well, I'm going to let JD's expert tell you about what transpired. So here, they're talking about the date range, when that was supposed to happen, again, November the 30th, November the 8th decision. The forensic imaging, though, of those devices did not begin until December 13th, 2021, and resumed again on January the 10th, 2022. Now, after the imaging of the devices, the expert was supposed to extract the relevant data for review and analysis, which included various photographs of that certain Aquaman starlet that were outlined by the court. They told them these are certain dates, you need to turn this stuff over. Well, they didn't get any data whatsoever until March 2nd, 2022. Now here, they talk about problems, and there are a lot of problems with the data too, and this, it basically sounds like incompetence. I mean, listen to this here. One encrypted drive of photos was sent to me without the correct password necessary to access the contents, so the drive needed to be resent. On another occasion, I received the files without raw photos, not in the agreed upon format. Further, these people, they are the experts there, used unlicensed and outdated software to image the devices, including Celebrite and Microsoft Excel. More specifically, they're using unlicensed 2010 versions of Microsoft Office and Excel. Their key software in this case, it's also unlicensed, which means it's outdated and obviously not supported for updates by the manufacturer. They didn't discover this, of course, until February 24th because they weren't being sent anything. So, to date, 58,623 photographs, they had been received. Most of those, they're not about what the court ordered. They're not about that certain Aquaman starlet. And of those, there are huge, glaring issues. They detail all of that throughout. Now, after that information is disclosed, 2 bombshell revelations, they make their way into the public. One of these, a lot of people miss. That would be myself included. November the 10th, 2021. So, you have your decision on November the 8th. November the 10th, 2 days later, you have the traveling partner of that certain Aquaman starlet. Somebody that has been photographed with them over and over again, asking the following. Tech question. Best way to get rid of, quote unquote, other storage on your iPhone 11 Pro. So you're in the middle of evidence having to be turned over, and this question, it comes up from somebody that is there with you all the time. Me, I see this as proof. Undeniable proof that somebody was trying to get rid of other items that surrounded their quote-unquote evidence. Why? Because, well, when an expert starts looking through your devices, you can't hide anything at all. Now, along with that bombshell, and that was a big one, by the way, because it talks about that certain Aquaman starlet and the people around her in evidence, well, then you have something come up about the expert. This comes to us from the Real Lord Laura B. on Twitter, by the way. Definitely check her out. Also, check out her podcast, Movies, Myths, and Monsters. It is absolutely amazing. But you have that expert brought up in a prior decision, and yeah, it says what kind of experts that they're bringing in. Now again, this document is from a prior case, but it is talking about the so-called expert that certain Aquaman starlet has hired, and either this expert, they are incompetent, or worse, they were hired because they will do exactly what's alleged here. Quote, plaintiff's partial objection to report and recommendation on plaintiff's motion to exclude opinion of Julian Eckhardt, plaintiff Havana Dex. They object to the report and recommendation on the motion to exclude opinion of Julian Eckhardt. The report, for this reason, Eckhardt has neither provided nor identified the 41 emails he claims that Michael Ben sent from abroad. Moreover, he never read the emails and knows nothing on their subject matter. This has not stopped Carnival, however, from arguing that Eckhardt's quote-unquote expert forensic analysis of certain emails shows that he was sent 98% of plaintiff's business emails from overseas, primarily from the UK. But because Eckhart cannot speak to the content of the 41 emails, which would be a small subset of thousands of emails made for review, his opinions are irrelevant to a determination of Havana principal place of business. And because the identity of the emails is undisclosed, the deficiency in Eckhart's analysis cannot be cured through cross-examination. So, their opinions do not pass muster. So what this says is the expert that certain Aquaman starlet brings in, the one that is supposed to gather data, turn it over to the other team, and would testify in the aftermath. They have testified about things previously they haven't even put their hands on, never even seen. They admit to it too. Quote, Eckhart freely admits, however, that he does not know anything about what the parties involved were doing to conduct their business because I didn't look at the bodies or the content of email. It wasn't part of my analysis. The scope of my analysis was not to form opinions on the content of emails. It was to form opinions as to the IP addresses located in the email header metadata. Yeah, you put those two bombshell revelations together, and it sounds like someone was not planning on turning anything over at all in the testifying in its aftermath. Check out our project on Indiegogo, by the way. It is live in crowdfunding right now. It desperately needs your help. Link is in the description. This is our alternative to an industry that does not like you as a customer, denigrates customers, in fact, doesn't put out good products. Plus, we get to stay sponsor-free in that, beholden to no one except the truth, you and I, and what we know needs to be covered. Check that out. Also, thank you for being here. Appreciate you with that. I'm going to end here again. Thank you. Check this out. See you soon.